Hey guys, just wanted to make a quick video showcasing something that I noticed during the recent drama surrounding YouTuber Andy Warski. For those of you who don't know, Andy recently started hosting debates with alt-writers like Richard Spencer and others on his channel, and this made his livestream very popular. A ton of people started watching. When Andy announced that he intended to bring Richard Spencer onto his livestream, he got a lot of flack for that and still does, since he continues to lend his platform to alt-writers. And something that happened recently allows me to demonstrate what the actual problem is with people like Andy getting alt-writers on his platform and why people are correct to voice their criticism. But let's listen to Andy himself first, explaining why he views the criticism that he gets as unjustified. Here is he on the alt-right livestream The Daily Shower.
When I first had the first alt-writer on, like I'd say a month or two ago, everyone started shitting on me. In my community,
who was that,
old friends started unfollowing me and shit, like all this stuff. So I just realized what a bunch of hypocrites everyone was being, and I was just like, we've been talking about, you know, having free speech and discussions and debates, but God forbid we don't have it with a person that you don't want to have it with, because
God forbid you get someone who fucking disagrees with you to debate.
Yeah, and also, like, they were fine with me debating and having SJWs on, right? Like, they were like, "Oh, Andy's building bridges. This is so cool." and then it turned out they ended up being a type of SJW on their own.
Now Andy thinks the people criticizing him are just mad that he hosts people they don't like. I don't think this is actually the case, though. Most people just think Andy is not the correct person to engage these people in a responsible manner. And Andy himself proves this point later during the livestream. I'll show you what I mean. On this livestream we have Andy, Mike Enoch, who is a prominent figure in the alt-right, and 3 other guys who share his ideology. Let's listen to a specific bit of the livestream.
I think what scares people is when you hear the word ethno-state, and like me, like personally, when I first heard that, it's like, I agree with everything that you just said.
It's a goofy
autistic
term.
When I hear ethno-state, I just think of people in trucks being fucking shipped out and, you know, fucking, you know, Auschwitz. Like,
if only could be that efficient, right?
Auschwitz. You think of Auschwitz,
that's the thing to keep in mind, though.
That was a
Auschwitz had a nice orchestra, soccer team.
They had a pool, they had a gym, they had a symphony orchestra. I mean, there's Mexicans in America that would kill for those living conditions. I mean, come on. Man, their clothes were nice and pest-free.
I think
You might be wondering how this demonstrates any wrongdoing on Andy's side, since he barely says anything and just laughs at some distasteful jokes. Reality is a lot more subtle, though. Let's listen again.
Right?
Auschwitz. You think of Auschwitz.
That's the thing to keep in mind, though.
Auschwitz had a nice orchestra, soccer team.
They had a pool, they had a gym, they had a symphony orchestra. I mean, there's Mexicans in America that would kill for those living conditions. I mean, come on.
Now, up until this point, everything Mike Enoch said could be interpreted as just some bad jokes on how bad the living conditions of Mexicans are in the US. Auschwitz Stammlager 1 actually did have a daycare and a swimming pool, so what's the big deal? Well, he just can't resist blowing that dog whistle as hard as he can. Here's the rest of his sentence.
Man, their clothes were nice and pest-free.
Their clothes were lice and pest-free. At this point, everyone in the call has picked up on what Enoch just alluded to. Everyone except Andy, of course. His sentence of lice-free clothes is in reality a dog whistle about the Holocaust not actually being true. He hints at something Holocaust deniers often mention, namely that Zyklon B and the gas chambers at Auschwitz were actually just there to delouse the clothes of the inmates to combat the typhus epidemic, which was spread by lice, and not to deliberately kill millions of people. And then he just smiles and laughs along because he's so absolutely clueless about what is actually going on here. These guys are toying with him and he's too dumb to realize it. This is why people criticize the platforming of alt-writers by people like Andy. He is punching way above his weight line, and this clip demonstrates it perfectly. And of course these guys are nice to him because they see it as a chance of getting their ideas further and further into the mainstream. A goal that is very easy to reach if you have someone like Andy being the critical evaluator of the things you say. And normally the people who work on making the alt-right more presentable, like Richard Spencer, avoid the topic Holocaust like the plague, because they don't want to be associated with the Nazis, kinda like the identitarian movements in Europe. But luckily Mike Enoch and his cohorts are too stupid to resist the urge sometimes, and name their live stream something like the Daily Shower, which is Hebrew for Holocaust, by the way. This is what Andy and others don't get. The alt-right is just a new phase of an old idea, and that's why you need to be careful when offering them a big audience. YouTuber ContraPoints made a great video on the dog whistle techniques of the alt-right, which you should definitely check out. Anyway, I hope you guys got something out of this video. I'm currently working on something that requires a bit more research, so I just wanted to get a quick video out with my views on the topic. If you enjoyed it, feel free to subscribe and take the conversation to the comment section. Until next time, have a good one.